Hey everyone, this is Ryder from Skip. I hope you're doing well. It's Friday, October 23rd. I have a quick update for you on stimulus news. What's the latest that Pelosi and Mnuchin have said today? Also, I'm going to give an update on unemployment numbers and, most importantly, COVID infection numbers, which have almost hit a new record for daily infections today. Let's dive in, and I hope you have a good rest of your Friday and a good weekend. Here's the latest. Pelosi says stimulus deal may wait until after the election as key differences remain unresolved. This is what she said Thursday. She was non-committal about bringing a stimulus measure to the House floor for a vote before November 3rd. This is what she said at her weekly news conference when she said that her and Mnuchin are, quote, just about there in their negotiations to reach a compromise, but there are still big sticking points like I mentioned yesterday, which includes $500 billion for state and local governments, which the Democrats want, but Republicans want half of that. It's not good news, but it's nothing unexpected. Here's what CNN has said after fits and starts. The negotiations between House Speaker Nancy Pelosi and Treasury Secretary Steve Mnuchin have hit another roadblock, with aides behind the scenes telling CNN, while the prospects for a deal Monday were always slim, they are growing harder to imagine now. Bottom line, the chances of passing a stimulus bill out of the House before the November 3rd election drop to virtually zero if a real substantive deal doesn't come together by today, by Friday night, and isn't in writing by the weekend. We all know that, and I've said that exact same thing for 2 months, that the chances of passing anything before the election are virtually zero. Again, we have around 10 days until the U.S. election. And by the way, the market is set for a weekly loss because of this stimulus news, rather the lack of stimulus news is finally hitting home, and investors aren't happy with it. The fact that nothing will pass before the election. Of course, after the election, it's another story, and there may be a bounce back, especially if a deal is reached after the election. Briefly on unemployment, the new claims from last week that were announced yesterday were below 800,000. That's a good sign. That's still a huge number. The total was 757,000 workers who filed new claims last week. This is the big one here. Altogether, more than 23 million Americans are receiving some form of unemployment relief. And the hope that business interruptions would be brief and that most laid-off workers would quickly be rehired has faded. Most of the job losses now are permanent. Every week, more Americans join the ranks of the long-term unemployed, defined as those out of work for more than 27 weeks. Gap announced today that they're going to close 30% of their stores. Most of their stores and malls they will close. Not a good sign for malls, which have already been on the decline for years. Finally, this is the concerning news. Look at what happened yesterday. We had over 75,000 new cases. The previous high back in July was 75,687 cases. It almost seems certain that we will reach a new daily high, and this number is not looking good, especially as we get into colder and colder months. That's today's brief update. Of course, if there's any news on negotiations, something that is in writing that comes out, we will let you know, and we will post it on our app, the free Hello Skip app, which is available on the App Store and Google Play. I'm going to leave a link in the description. Thousands of you have already downloaded the free app and are checked, especially in the evenings, for late updates or early morning updates as well. As always, I love hearing your comments and how you're feeling about another week of talk. And if you have opinions about the debate last night, leave in the comments as well. As always, stay well, stay healthy, and we'll see you tomorrow.